Hi, Bo and Casey would like you to know that they set out to make a real, regular installment of Tele-Friends, and to play the messages left by you at 304, 518 jams. But that didn't happen. Also, be forewarned, this episode contains mild spoilers for seasons 1 and 2 of the hit HBO franchise Entourage, starring Emmy Award-winning actor Jeremy Piven.
We just do what we supposed to do. We shut it down. Shut it down.
So I think I might be depressed.
Yeah?
And it's a hard thing to put your finger on because there's a lot of things that make people sad in the world, right? Mm-hmm. But I was sitting around the house.
Like you do.
By myself. I dropped my daughter off at school.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to start a new show, a television show. Okay. So I'd like to come home, watch a show, and then do my day.
Sick, yeah.
So I was like, I should start this HBO show that everybody loves.
People love Succession.
And so I go down to sit and watch it, and I'm like, I don't know, an hour long.
It seems like a family of pricks.
I'm halfway through season 2 of Entourage.
Whoa.
I don't like it.
It's weird.
I think it's a symbol of my depression. Is like, I didn't watch an episode of Entourage. I watched 2 seasons of Entourage in 2 days.
What was happening around you and you're just like,
Every time I was alone, I watched Entourage.
Weird, man.
I never liked that show.
What itch is it scratching for you?
None.
I don't believe that. It's got to be doing something.
It's not funny.
No.
It's pretty offensive many times. That first season is so homophobic and sexist and terrible. And remember that Jeremy Piven for a moment was charming?
Yeah.
He is not in that anymore. In hindsight, that is bad.
Let's hug it out, bitch.
Oh, bitch. It's so fucking bad.
So yeah, it's not scratching a comedy itch for you. It must be like, did you ever get into like Jersey Shore? Is it that?
Oh, I watched some Jersey. There's a bit in Jersey Shore that I think is comedy goldmine.
Go. There's
a scene where, I want to say Snooki is trying to use the phone drunk, and people are calling, and she's trying to answering it, and it's like this bit of physical comedy.
She's like Buster Keaton.
That if someone wrote it, they would be genius. It's amazing. And I've never gone back to look at it again because it's this perfect memory.
Right.
But it's like, I admit, I've got a thing for shows that should be good, or things that should be good for all intents and purposes and aren't.
Yeah.
Studio 60, Aaron Sorkin has a couple. Studio 60 is the finest example of that. Newsroom is a fine example of that.
You should get into...
Like, this should be good.
You should get into Sense8.
Sense8 was kind of like that sometimes. Yeah. But it was occasionally very good. It had, like, heart in the right place kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even when the actors couldn't keep up with what was happening.
Right, which was a lot.
Yeah, and the writing was like, let's calm down on the writing. Let's
relax.
Let's edit that scene just, by half. But
Entourage.
So I think it's a sign. I think I was like, man, I don't know what's going on with me. And I was halfway through season 1. I was like, I think I've got a serious problem. Like, do I have to go to a doctor and be like, I've been Entourage. Mainlining Entourage.
I mean, I can't. Honestly, I can't really tell where the line is right now between what you're joking about, what you're serious about. But
it could be both.
Okay,
it could be 2 things.
But I'm not saying that, I've been hanging out with Casey lately, and I don't think you're necessarily off track. I'm saying that, it does sound pretty symptomatic.
For sure. It's no joke. It's one of those things where it's like, I know I've been feeling strange, and I know things aren't quite right. Yeah. Brain chemistry feeling, reactions to shit.
Really? You feel you've been blowing up more?
No, I don't. It's not even, anger or anything.
Yeah.
But it's just, not enjoying things I usually enjoy.
Huh.
And I have this time I set aside for myself to do things. Entourage. I set this time aside to do something that I like doing.
Yeah.
That I could absorb a good new thing.
Right.
And I watched a thing I've seen before, and I hated it then.
You've seen Entourage before?
I watched every episode before. These aren't surprise episodes.
Oh,
I know that they're going to work it out. I know what happens with Aquaman.
Is that better or even worse?
He asked Mandy Moore to marry him, and then he does this movie with her? What?
Mandy Moore,
you crazy for this one.
This is what I've never really seen Entourage. So, okay, but then, what's interesting...
He had a bit part on A Walk in the Clouds, or whatever the fuck.
I guess my thing is, people get despondent and they want to turn to a familiar thing, right? So like this is why I've watched The Office 7 times.
Yes.
It's interesting that you're gravitating toward a thing that you're familiar with in terms of comfort food, but it's like if you were just like, all right, I'm just gonna eat a McRib for every meal. Like you know what it is, but you don't like it. Like
it's weird to find comfort, when seeking comfort, to find the comfort in a thing that you don't like.
Yeah, that's
like,
weird, man.
Is that what I see as my normal? Is a state of anger and
general
displeasure?
Dissatisfaction?
But I'm not mad. I'm just like, this is bad. Like, how more bad can it get? Really, writers, how many episodes? Season 2, about halfway through.
Okay.
How many episodes do you think everything is solved by a phone call at the end? If you're saying under 10, you're probably wrong.
Whoa. Over 10 episodes in season 2.
I don't know about 10, but a lot.
More than
like they're like, oh, the whole episode's like, what are we going to do? Blah, blah. And at the end, they're like, that was James Cameron. He offered me the role. Let's snowboard.
Shit. That's so bad.
So many times it's a phone call at the end of the episode to be like, the thing we thought isn't the thing.
What is... That guy's name is Adrian Grenier?
Oh, he might be the worst offender of the group.
So, hold on.
But he's
but what's the name of the actor on the show that Adrian...
Vinny Chase.
Whose career is going better?
Vinny Chase.
Over Adrian Grenier?
Oh, 1,000 times. Vinny got Aquaman. James Cameron's directing.
Oh, man.
That was like 7 years before they made an Aquaman movie.
And all Adrian Grenier is doing
really
is fucking Entourage movies every once in a while.
There's this really sweet section where Jeremy Piven is talking about Sundance, and he talks about the movie Station Agent, and he makes a lot of short people jokes about an actor who says... isn't ever going to be anything. You know who that actor is?
My man, Peter Dinkdog?
Yeah. It was like, he's going to be in commercials mailing himself in FedEx.
Jeremy Piven has gone away because of a preemptive Me Too thing, right?
He like threw down a smoke bomb.
He threw a smoke bomb down and said,
I'll be doing a play in England.
For the next 7 to 8 years. Fuck.
No one gets out alive in Entourage.
What does that mean?
There's at no point you're like, at least this guy's really giving it his all. At first you think it might be Matt Dillon's brother.
Yeah, he seems funny.
Oh, man.
But he's not.
Just as bad as the rest.
God damn it. So, yeah, what course of action are you going to take here? Like,
well,
you got to first, you got to stop watching Entourage.
I got to finish the series.
You don't have to. You don't have to finish the series.
Malcolm McDowell just showed up as Ari's partner at the firm, and he's trying to steal Vinny as a client.
So what?
I got to rewatch what happens.
Well, you know what happens.
But seriously, I think the thing is like the scary part isn't that I sat and watched so much Entourage. That's a waste of time.
Yeah,
I'm too old to be wasting that much time in my life.
Right.
The scary part is that I'm trying to get back to a normal by getting myself in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Like, is that an improvement?
No,
because I don't feel like I'm in a bad mood all the time. I feel depressed. I don't feel normal, but I don't feel like I'm in a bad mood all the time. Is this episode 4? Or are we talking about depression?
This is episode 3. Fuck, man. I mean, you know, there's stuff you can do. Like, you got your bike fixed?
Yes.
The best thing you could be doing is riding your bike.
Yes.
In terms of depression.
It's just got to get one day under 90.
Yeah, but then, like, so me and a friend of mine, JP, talk about this all the time. And we call it one more piece of gear disease.
Yeah.
Like,
you need one more thing. Well, not even one more thing.
Right. Now, yeah, there's just like these conditions under which you'll like prioritize your mental health. Like, you just gotta fucking...
Yeah, but part of that is like, you know, is the jumping in the pool thing. It's like some people got to take the little steps first, you know?
Yeah.
You got to get to the edge before you can get pushed in by your father and almost drown.
But I'm saying, like, I had a weirdly similar experience. I think taking baby steps is different than willfully constructing obstacles.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I'm doing that.
Right. But I think that, like, placing conditions
It's important for me, if I'm going to be, for example, in this example, bike riding guy.
Yeah.
That the first time I go out to seriously get a ride on my bike, it go pretty well. Because if I like get somewhere then like have to call for a ride, like chances are I'm getting back on that bike is pretty low.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I need a good experience. I need a pretty day,
sure thing.
A nice cool day.
Yeah, man, let's take a
like
bike
no
ride.
press,
no depress. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm willing to talk about this as much as you are. Like, I feel like I get the most. I don't think I'm clinically depressed.
No, I don't think I am either.
But I do feel like I experience highs and lows.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm always at my lowest when I'm feeling like stymied,
yes,
frustrated, and unproductive. Mm-hmm. That sucks for me. And I also get all fucked up. I did not realize how fucked up my like body image was until the past couple of years. And that shit fucks me up. Like,
well, and I think part of that might be that we lose some of that I don't give a fuck attitude as we get older and like become more comfortable in our lives.
Maybe.
Like several years ago, I would have been like, "I gives a shit. Go fuck yourself." You know, I don't care if I think poorly of my own body. You know, but now it's like, I need to do things about this. Like this is
right.
You know, this isn't just me I'm being concerned about anymore.
So two things about that. Like one, I mean, I didn't realize how fucked up my body image was until this family friend came and visited for like a day. She was like in town and we all went to lunch and it was like, do you want some of these pancakes? And I was like, no, I'm not eating carbs right now. And she was all like,
it doesn't show.
No. That would have been like hilarious. She said everyone on your family is always on some kind of weird diet.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, weird.
The outside searchlight spotted you.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt not seen but exposed. I was like, yikes, that's fucking wild true.
Yeah.
The other thing is that I think that you and I experienced the same phenomenon, which is that we
saw the movie Phenomenon.
Yeah, and changed our lives forever. What do you do after that?
That was badass.
Is Phenomenon the Travolta?
Yeah.
Okay. So, no, I think we both experienced the same phenomenon in that we spent our teens and 20s and into our late 20s as a couple of dudes who were like fucking smoking cigs and drinking coffee all the time.
Yeah.
And also not having to do a single anything in order to like maintain the kind of shape that we wanted to be in.
They were perfectly comfortable with.
Yeah. It's like whatever.
Like I was never in great shape.
No, but like me neither. I don't say no, like you weren't. I'm saying I wasn't either.
Yeah.
Me neither, but I was always like fucking skinny and like whatever. And then I turned 30 and then I quit smoking, and then I quit drinking caffeine and doing all that shit that suppresses your appetite and speeds up your metabolism, and now I'm fucking fat. But in the meantime, in my teens and 20s, I didn't build in any of the fucking habits that you need to have in order to...
I thought about them.
Yeah, but I'm like, who fucking needs it? I smoke, bitch. Like, I don't care.
I want to go drink 17 beers.
Yeah, dude. I'm just going to, like, fucking smoke cigs and eat hash browns all day long, and that's going to be my life. But, yeah, that shit don't fly now. And I think that there's... Fuck, man. I feel like I'm like this walking ball of cliches. But another thing that I say all the time is the fucking, you don't like Star Wars, you just miss being young. I kind of think maybe that's even true for like, I don't even give a fuck about being skinny, maybe. I just miss being young. And I miss not having to like,
for sure,
be concerned with that
stuff.
kind of shit. Yeah. But you know, fuck, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. I wonder sometimes if at our age that the things you grow to be concerned about become actually important instead of personally important.
Example.
Like our health and like our kid.
Yeah.
Not our mutual kid. We both have a kid separately.
We have another kid in like a twins scenario. It's impossible to tell
that poor monster. You know, we're like, and that makes it less about our ego and less about ourselves.
Yeah.
Since it's about things that are actually important, you know, whereas before all our biggest concerns were personal, like gimme kind of shit.
How can I have the most fun?
Yeah. How can I get the most out of every day?
Yeah.
Dumb shit.
How can I enjoy this the most?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, this is legit.
Yeah. How can I pay this fucking mortgage?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's a thing. The other...
Well, that's what I was saying before, too, is like, and it's not like having a lifetime of being up and down, depressed here and there, you know, comfortable with depression, knowing that it's a cycle sometimes, that, like, you know, there's certain times where I'm just going to feel bad for a little while.
Yeah.
And I'll come out of that. But seeing the pattern, and as you get older, and be able to look back.
Yeah, that's scary.
Seeing the waves, and you're seeing, like, oh, these are coming way closer together than they used to and lasting longer, you know, is also probably more affecting than it had been then.
It's also weird to see patterns of your own behavior where you're like, oh fuck, you know, whatever. I'm gonna say this out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a writer. I write shit professionally. It's what I do for a living. But what I do for a living is like ad like stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not. But then in my personal life, I write things that are not ad copy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You're a professional ad writer,
Right. I'm not a professional writer.
but you're not a novelist or
Right. I'm not a novelist, but I've written a novel.
Yeah.
And I start a lot of projects.
Yeah.
And I don't finish most of them. But like, I
That
don't
would
know.
probably
I
be
like,
one of the defining descriptions of you had to tell somebody. Is you're a guy who likes to have a thing.
I love to have
love
a
having
thing
a thing
going.
Even if it's not a thing that happens, like you like the process of thinking of how it might go. You like having those things.
But then Brendan was like the other day, he's like, your problem is like you start a lot of shit, but then it's not even that you don't finish it, it's that you make it bigger than it needs to be. And I'm like, fuck, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you got 12 moving parts when it needs to just be you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck, you're right. This is proof of that. But it's weird to feel those patterns in yourself. Like, oh, I'm starting another fucking thing I'm not going to finish. Like, that kind of vibe.
Just a quick break. If you don't mind, you can follow the Tele-Friends on Twitter. They're at Tele_Friends. On Instagram, they're at 304-518-JAMS.
Gems.
You can go to patreon.com/Tele-Friends podcast and give them all your money. But the best way to support the show, for real, is to tell a friend about it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling. Now, back to episode 3.
So when you come home after you've been gone, Clara, what is her reaction like?
Well, like say I've been at work. And
Yeah.
She's been at home.
Yeah.
She yells "Daddy" and runs up and hugs me, and
How dope is that?
it's the best.
It's the fucking
It
best.
never gets old.
It never gets old.
Yeah.
I like almost started crying yesterday because I realized how important that is to my day.
Yeah.
And how important that must have been to my dad's day.
Yeah. The purity of her affection
Yeah.
is unreal.
It's the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are we gonna do, man? Like,
Clara held my hand while we were watching a TV show the other day and told me it was okay to be scared.
fuck yeah, Clara. You're entitled to your emotions, homie.
She keeps
That's
going,
dope.
"Do you want to hold my hand?"
Yeah, dude.
Because we got this thing when she's going through a scare phase right now, where things scare her a lot.
Right.
She'll come in, she'll pretend to see a bug and be really scared, or anything anything can scare. Too much sun scares me.
Ah.
Too much dark scares me. But so for a while we were doing the thing where I'd tell her like, "Look at me.
Yeah.
Do I look scared?" And she'll be like, "No." And I was like, "Then you don't have to be scared."
That's a
I was
good
like,
one.
"If Daddy's not scared, you don't have to be scared."
That's a good one.
And so she's been like, she'll neck snap to find me when something scary happens.
Yeah.
But now she's like very much like in touch with how I look like I'm feeling.
That's sick.
Which is crazy because like that all feels like really good parenting stuff. Like I feel like I'm doing
Yeah,
it.
you're nailing it.
And I feel very good, very confident about my relationship with my daughter.
Yeah.
So it's weird to feel depressed and emotionally off and still feel like I'm doing that really well. Because it used to be like high school when I was depressed, it was overwhelming. You know, it's probably a brain chemistry thing then too, where if like I can do nothing with my life
Yeah.
to feel good about anything, just
Just
drudge.
full despondent. Full fuck everything.
Yeah, where what's scary is now I can go around and be fine.
Yeah.
And actually feel like I'm doing really good at certain things and still feel like that.
So, like, my first question is, have you ever talked to anybody about it?
Like professionally?
Yeah. Like
No.
a therapist?
No.
Oh, man.
I need to.
I am not a person who believes in constant therapy. Like,
Yeah.
I think that my thing is like every time I go to therapy, it's like fucking I'm real raw afterwards, and it's like I've really and I think that when you stay in therapy forever, which is what people want you to do, it's like you never really get a chance to heal from that shit. And
Yeah.
sometimes, like, I don't know, I kind of
There's no-
believe that scars can be healthy. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason for me to reopen and re-examine trauma.
It
all
feels
the
like
time.
it doesn't allow you enough reflection on what you're getting from therapy.
Yeah,
When you're
and-
just waiting for your next appointment.
And what my life is like now. Like, I don't, like, fuck, man, like, all kinds of fucked up shit happened to me as a kid, but, like,
Yeah.
it's not informing what we're talking about now. Not really.
If I go to a therapist once a week, at some point, the thing I'll need to talk about is why I'm going to a therapist once a week. And what am I going to do? Get another therapist to talk to that therapist about it? Like, it's
You
I
guys
can't
just
have
talk
that.
to each other.
Yeah, can you two get together? Like, seriously, like, and like, I'm a believer in therapy. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's a great thing. I think everyone's better off for it. But I can't. I don't know. Like,
I would
I
challenge
can't say I
you-
can't do it, but I'm saying there's some kind of block there that I'm not getting past.
But that, I think, is the number one reason you need to be in therapy.
Yeah.
Is not the block that you have against therapy. It's the block that you have, because that same block is the same block in front of you in the barber shop.
Yeah.
Like that.
Uh-huh.
That's like a thing with you.
Yeah.
And I would love it. I would challenge you to go 12 times over 6 months.
Yeah, I probably should. It'd probably be good for me.
Yeah. I also, man, here's my thing, is when I left college, when I left the town that I went to college in.
Notre Dame.
Yeah. You know, Notre Dame, home of the fighting hunchbacks.
Yep, there's always a pain in the ass. People in your class hated you. They're like, oh, here Notre Dame. You're like, Notre Dame. Like, we're in Indiana, asshole.
Is that
Indiana, Illinois, Indiana? One of those.
Man, I just realized the other day how bad I am at geography. I don't know what any of the states are. I know, like, California and Florida and Texas and shit.
I'm pretty good at states.
Man, not me. I was like, what is that? Utah? Nevada? What am I looking at?
Don't even get started on where Nebraska is.
No thanks. That one's like kind of the... Which one's is just a square-ass square?
Colorado? Colorado's a pretty square-ass square.
All right. Colorado's dope. I remember being in college, and I remember...
Iowa was a kind of a...
Yeah.
Slightly slanted.
Okay, so this friend of mine from college contacted me the other day. And so I called her back, and I was like, look, I don't believe that I was behaving in a mentally healthy way when I lived there.
Yeah.
And I am not trying to alienate anyone from my life, but it feels like everybody from that era in my life was encouraging, unbeknownst to them, behaviors in me that weren't healthy.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, all that to say, you know, I wonder what it is that you're doing that you don't realize you're doing. Like, this entourage thing is like oh fuck, I'm doing a thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times in my life where I like, there's 6 bags of trash in my kitchen. This is how you become a fucking shut-in. I have to take out this trash or else I'm going to be a shut-in.
Yeah, the surprise signpost that we're like, oh
Fuck.
I've been doing this thing.
I'm into season 2 of Entourage
Yeah.
in 2 days? That's fucking wild.
I mean, my revelation came after episode 2. I was like, what am I doing?
And then you went...
I just spent an hour watching this.
Oh, fuck.
And then I watched like 6 more hours.
Is it only 6 episode seasons?
They're half hour eps.
Okay.
First season's like 10 episodes, and the second one's like 12 or something.
Well, all right.
Well, we recorded something.
Oh, fuck. We fucking blew it.
That was nice, though.
It was nice. It's a good talk. I'm really serious.
Is that episode 4?
Shit.
Do we get back together and record 3 and then make 4 all that?
Just the Tele-Friends get real for a second?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be, yeah.
Episode 4. Okay, some bummers.
Just one long bummer. I mean,
I'm not opposed to it.
I'm not. I like a weird bloodletting every once in a
Yeah,
while.
I think it feels good.
Yeah. I think it's important to be as open and honest as possible. I want to get to a place where we have an idea in terms of, I don't know that I want to feel like I want to feel like you get help.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Me too. Like, I'm not to the ask for help stage.
Right.
But I am at a stage where I'm bringing it up to people. Like, someone texted me to do something this week, and I was like, I don't think my depression's going to allow me to do that right now.
Ooh.
Like, I think I'm going to have to stay home. I'm sorry. And the person's like,
Ooh.
yo, I get it.
Yeah.
We've all been there if you need anything.
I mean, like, my fear, though, is that the same thing that's keeping you out of the barbershop is the same thing that's keeping you from asking for help, which is, I don't know what that block is
I get
about.
it. Yeah.
But, like,
I think that's...
it's just like, you talking about it now almost seems like a way to circumvent that.
No, I think it's a way to get... I think it's a helpful step to wrap
I agree.
my head around
I'm
what I
into
need.
it.
Yeah, I think it's what I need to do to get myself in a position to make the decision that I need to make to actually make a change.
Because 100% honesty time, I'm a little shocked that we're talking about this. Like, to me, you're sort of way more guarded about this kind of thing.
I usually am.
Yeah.
And this is a pre-thought-out thing.
Okay.
Not the whole conversation. And especially not recording it.
How am I doing?
Better than my imagination.
Oh, good.
But yeah, like, I wanted to talk about it with people. And, like, we don't see each other a lot.
No.
Jobs, kids, lives.
Yeah.
But, like, I wanted to talk to you about it. And, like, as we were sitting here, I was like, this seems like the perfect opportunity to have this kind of conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the conversation we had yesterday over the phone felt different with you.
Like, I'm where I'm trying to get comfortable talking about my problems.
Yeah.
And to do that with somebody I don't know seems like too much right now.
Right.
Because that's the problem with, like, we'll call it the haircut issue.
Yeah.
Is that, like, it's someone I don't know
Uh-huh.
that I'm stuck with.
An
that's
intimate
touching me.
scenario.
And, like, I have to, like, talk and, like, make these personal decisions that I don't like making when I just want...
Just do it for me.
Have you watched the show Fleabag yet? It's not up your alley because there's a lot of cheating relationship stuff.
I've watched the first half of season 1 and I really liked it. Amanda's not into it, and so
I love it.
Kind of not watching it because
I think
not because just because we kind of both have to be on the same page.
Yeah, But there's a scene she has in the second season where someone's asking her what she wants. She starts explaining her point of view. That really,
What's
really
she say?
helped.
Because I guess that's a thing. A question I have for you is, what do you want, and how much of your feeling the way you feel now is tied into you feeling like you'll never achieve what you want?
Well, that's the thing, is that's what I'm trying to change.
Yeah.
Is that I'm trying to break that cycle that I've had my whole life, where this will be my 10-year wedding anniversary this month. It'll be 16 years I've been with my wife.
Yeah.
But she's a healthy person who she's a healthy person who is fine making decisions in her life, doing whatever.
Sure.
So with her, it was, I could be like just concerned, worry about myself, try to fix things myself. But now that's not true. Like, as cliched as it is, now that I have a kid, like, my emotional state affects her enough that I have to fix me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't negatively affect her.
Right.
And so I'm trying to build up momentum to be making those changes, and part of that is talking about things with people.
Yeah. I love this. I think this is an important thing that you're doing.
My thing is, I don't trust anybody.
Even
but
Molly?
I want other people to make decisions for me sometimes.
Okay, so that's another question.
Like, that's the scene of the thing where she's like, I want someone just to tell me what to do.
Oh, I've said that 1,000 times in my life.
And it's like, just tell me. Like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a person who doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Doesn't trust anybody, and also, like, that's an insane responsibility to put on someone else in the first place.
You're a fucking adult. You need to make your decisions. You need to get in there and do... And I'm trying to be that person.
So, like, a thing I've been thinking about a lot lately is this idea that I have about what you should do.
Yeah.
Not you, Casey Sheldon.
Yes.
My theory is you should find what you are good at doing and then do that thing, which is not the same as finding the thing that you love to do and doing it, and not the same as finding the thing that is the most lucrative to do and doing it. Just the thing you're fucking good at.
Yeah.
And I think if you just do that thing, you will get happier.
Yeah.
Like, that's my theory. I don't give a fuck if it's, like... I think the best like, I was in the Atlanta airport one day, and there was a dude working at this Chinese food kiosk in the Atlanta airport who was just being fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like one of those, like, fucking, like, top talent videos.
Yeah, it feels weird. It's weird to be like, here's a person doing a thing I wouldn't want to do.
Yeah, but he's killing it. Like,
and it always so feels so good, but also makes me feel like an asshole to be like, maybe he's just a dude who likes doing a thing. Like,
but, like, I think he's happy.
Yeah.
Like, just because, like, this guy's like chopping rice up in interesting ways and flinging it around, but it's all coming together perfectly and shit. And you're like, fuck, that's impossible to do unless you've done it a billion times.
Like, you hit a good drive-through person.
Shit,
You're
yeah,
like,
man.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, this guy is killing.
And I wonder if there's people like that who come into my store, and I, like, recommend the shit out of a game. And they're like, that guy fucking loves that fucking game. And they leave and they're like, that's great. That guy knew what the fuck he's talking about.
That guy did the fuck out of it. Yeah, I think that's a real thing to really pursue, is just doing what you're good at and saying fuck it. Like, because it also, like, I think helps to manage and adjust your expectations from what you're supposed to get out of life and things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, not to be super cornball about it, but, like, I think we're here for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, when you do what you are good at, you are performing a service to the world.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at that thing.
Yeah.
That's why you have to do it. Like,
yeah. And it's the thing too where it's like, at no point in my life am I more capable of making the correct decisions for my life than I am now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a place with people in a community that I care for and cares about me.
Right.
And I've got a soft, comfortable base to land on if I fuck something up.
Sure.
You know, of friends and family and support.
Yeah. You can't fuck up so bad right now that you're homeless and destitute.
Exactly.
Right.
So
you can, but it's going to take some doing.
This is a perfect place to make hard decisions.
Yeah.
About my personal care and mental health.
Yeah.
There's no better time than now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is a first step to you. I don't want to fucking, like, when we're talking about, like, your mental well-being.
Yeah.
I mean, we've known each other long enough to, I think, to have made certain assumptions about each other's.
Yes.
But then saying them out loud feels like...
Yeah, it's weird.
And And it feels like at the risk of being insulting. And you're a person I care
that's
about.
the thing. We're in that weird position where we're very good friends.
Yeah.
Who've known each other a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
But we're not like childhood friends. We're not like college friends.
Right.
We're relatively modern, newish
But I think that's
friends.
good because you and I are friends. The Beau that became friends with Casey are the two people who they wanted to be becoming friends with each other.
And I think that's an important friendship. And I think it's easier to tell somebody like that something and have it be significant.
Yeah.
Like if I call my best friend for my entire life and tell him an important thing, I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
No shit.
Right.
You know? Whereas if we say that kind of stuff to somebody like us, it's still fresher. You know, it feels honest. It feels true in a way that like isn't this ultra comfort, like me confessing to my mother something.
Right. Because
it doesn't mean, because like
the stakes are higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, we've ridden all these waves out already. Like, I know how this movie goes, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen this season of Entourage. I know it's going to work out for Vinny.
Isn't there like a really dark season of Entourage where he becomes like a junkie?
See.
And
I'll
shit?
let you know.
Oh man. So,
but
I guess one of my questions for you is like, at the risk of being offensive, stop me if I offend you.
You've not come close yet.
All right. I wonder if you feel like you haven't been driving for a while.
No, that's not offensive.
And now it's like you want to drive.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Okay.
Like, I see myself being very good in a supportive role in life.
Totally. Me too. Like
I
feel like I can say this to you because I feel similarly.
Yeah, I like being a backup guy.
Sure.
A lot in a situation.
You're a what D&D this? You're a cleric.
Are you looking for support role? Yeah. I'm more of a druid, but whatever.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, and like I think you're right. I think there's something to that where it's like I want to move some stuff aside.
Yeah, make a little
Casey
trail.
moving forward a little bit, you know.
Right. And I think that's honestly a healthy impulse.
Yeah.
Like I love you moving things aside and pushing Casey forward.
Yes.
That's like that would make me so happy.
Me too, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be not the easiest thing.
No.
That's the bitch about it.
Like I spent a week not returning phone calls for a thing that was nothing. There was a 35-second conversation because I didn't want to have this conversation with a person I didn't know.
Yeah.
And like there's no pressure. I didn't do anything wrong.
There are no stakes. No one cares.
Yeah. I'm not going to get graded. You know?
I'm not grounded.
But I also don't care if what anybody thinks is where I have a problem.
You do and you don't.
It's weird. It's like I got to find that balance.
Yeah.
But I very much care what I think.
You think good things is the thing. Like you're not a not thoughtful dude.
I need to be more trusting in myself.
For sure.
Yeah.
I remember this dude was talking to me about movies one day and he said this thing where he's just like, I'm just really into my own taste right now. And I was like, that's so fucking cool. Like, do you know what I mean? Like to be like, what I think is super valid. So, the shit that I think is valid as fuck.
One aspect of my job is there's a lot of scheduled things that happen. I see a lot of the same people all the time.
Sure.
Like customer-wise.
Yeah.
Like there's people that come in every Wednesday and do a certain thing.
Right.
They're there every Wednesday.
Okay.
One of the things I do at work too is control the music.
Yes.
I got super self-conscious this week at work. I was like, how many times have they heard me listen to this Blur album? I thought, fuck it, it's a good album, right?
Yeah. Gotta go see the Blur guy and get my Pokemon cards.
Did they leave there and be like, motherfucker, how many times are you playing that Blur album? No, they're probably going, how many plays to play? What the fuck are we listening to?
Right. Every time I'm here. I mean, I don't know. I wonder if, a preoccupation with like super wistful and winsome Britpop is also like
well, no, that's a pretty happy album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damon does do sad.
At least it sounds happy.
Better than any.
Yeah.
He's one.
It lyrically isn't all that happy, but like I don't know what the song "Ong Ong" is about,
right?
But it sounds happy as shit, and that's all I need.
So we talked about this before, and this is not a thing.
I assume it's a Hong Kong thing. They taking out the HK because it's all court there.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't want to. This is not going to go on a podcast, I don't think. But we have talked about. No, never mind. Because part of me is like, let's do mushrooms, and another part of me is like, that's just not step one. You know what I mean? It's very simply not the first step.
Yeah.
All right, this has been Tele-Friends.
Okay, maybe some bummers. And TV wrap up.
Oh fuck.
tarmac was melting and the people seemed to sway, stuck in the underground. To the island, the black kites, the wishing tree. I wanna be with you on a slow boat to land town for a misty sea. I wanna be with you.
Hey, before I forget, see you in the toilet.